Today, perhaps today, some black hostages and some female hostages will be released from the American embassy compound. Is that true?
The freedom of the women and blacks will be given. Women are given great dignity in Islam, and the blacks have been oppressed in the United States. Great injustice was done unto them. They were under pressure in the United States. Thus they came here. We are doing this owing to the tenets of Islam.
So how relevant is November 1979 to today? You just heard that the Ayatollah said, no, we're going to release the black Americans. They basically don't have shit to do with this. And he was identifying with the black Americans being oppressed in America as the same as they're being oppressed by the American government at that time. Now, the other people, they had to stay until 1981, right? So they had more or less 2 years of being a hostage in Iran. When I listen to that and then I move forward to today, I start to ask myself, who is the real enemy, right? Who is in charge of saying they're the enemy and they're not? Especially looking at the war as a black American. It's difficult. I have national pride, but I also don't want to go around fighting another country's war for anybody, right? I don't want my people to perish or be deleted for another country. We all know which country that is. So what do y'all think? Like, which side of the fence are you on?
So word on the street is the Iranian people let the black people go. And they said, we don't want to hurt the black people. They let the black hostages go. Then they said, if y'all want to come to Iran, come to Iran. I already got my goddamn turban on, bitch. I'm on my way. Y'all better get y'all a turban. Let's go. Let's get the fuck up out of here, because America don't like us anyways.
Okay, one of the most insane historical facts has got to be when Iran took a bunch of American hostages in 1979, but then decided to free all the black hostages and the women. Why did Iran do this, you ask? Well, first we got to go back a little bit to why Iran took hostages in the first place. And when you understand this, you also understand why Iran and the USA don't really like each other to this day. You see, Iran had a problem. You see, back before the 1950s, Iran's oil industry was basically completely taken over by the United States and Britain. Iran was barely getting a share of their oil. Iran said, knock, knock, knock. Hello, United States, Britain, can we have our oil back? United States and Britain said, who said we got your oil? Iran said, boy, we not stupid out here. We see y'all scamming us. United States and Britain said, you got us, and we not finna lie, but we not giving your oil back though, for real. So Iran voted in a new prime minister that took back Iran's oil. The United States said, ooh, we can't have that. Call in the CIA. The CIA pulls up, that boy gone. The United States brings in a new guy, the Shah, and he's very friendly towards the United States. Iran said, the Shah said, look, y'all didn't even give me a chance for real. Yeah, fast forward 20 years later, he gave away all of Iran's oil and had very oppressive policies towards the people. The people of Iran said, time's up. The Shah said, time's up. Boy, you know what I got behind me? Big dog United States. The Iranian people said, all right, let's see if they get to you in time. The Iranian people rose up and started hunting them down. The Shah said, oh, them folk tripping. He calls the United States. He said, yo, them folk trying to get me. The United States said, chill, we're going to get an airplane. We're going to come pick you up. We can't let our assets, our friends, suffer. The Shah gets on a plane and he dips. He said, I'll see y'all folk in the States. The people of Iran looked at the United States and said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, no, the Shah is sick. We can't give him to you right now. Iran said, we got hospitals here and jails. Bring him over. The United States said, no. And we still gonna take your oil because we're gonna bring in a new guy to still take your oil. This was the last straw for Iran. Iranian college students stormed the United States embassy and take everybody hostage. They said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, release the hostages. What are your demands? Iran said, well, they're pretty reasonable. 1, we want the Shah back. 2, we want you to leave us and our oil alone. The United States said, no. If there's something you gotta know about the United States of America, is it's very hard to negotiate with. The United States wants it all at all times. They said, hostage, y'all gonna have to hold it down. The hostage said, United States said, counteroffer, we keep the Shah, we keep the oil, and you give us the hostages. Iran's new supreme leader, Khomeini, said, look at my face. Do I look like I'm finna play with y'all? Give us back the, hold on. Are those black people? Now here's where things start to get wicked. Khomeini looked at the black hostages and said, don't the United States be like oppressing y'all and messing with y'all too? Black people said, well, Khomeini said, oh no, y'all are free to go. Plus the women, y'all are free to go. The white hostages said, Jamal, ain't you gonna put in a good word for me? He said, my name's Eric. He said, Andre, we not here to argue about semantics. This is a serious situation. Go talk to them folk. Put in a good word for me. Black people said, all right, give us your number. I'm gonna call you on my iPhone. We gonna put in a good word. White people said, iPhones haven't been invented yet. Black people said, exactly. Call me when they get invented. Oh, them folk dipped. Except a black man named Carl. Now, I don't know if this is him, but this picture goes with what I'm saying. You see, Carl was a Marine, but he was also a radio operator in the Marines. So he was privy to very sensitive information. Carl said, okay, we packing our bags, we going. They said, Carl, you can't come. Carl said, y'all see my skin color, right? They said, yeah, Carl, but you privy to info. You're going to have to hold it down. Carl said, ain't this about it? But Carl was released 2 years later with the rest of the hostages because President Jimmy Carter, after a lot of back and forth, there's a lot more to the story than this, finally made a deal with Iran basically saying, okay, we're going to leave you alone. Just release the hostages. Iran didn't get the Shah because the Shah actually passed away. And side note, since Jimmy Carter took so long to get the hostages released, Reagan used that against him to get elected over Jimmy Carter, and Reagan then ruined the world. But that's a story for another day. Side note, to Jimmy Carter's credit, even though he lost the election, he still worked on getting the hostages until his last day in office. In fact, he got the hostages released on his last day in office. And well, even after the hostages were released, Iran and the United States relationship had never been the same since. And in fact, before the hostage crisis and after the hostage crisis, there were many more little incidents that happened between the US and Iran. What's happening today is just another piece in a story that's been ongoing for about 100 years. They just haven't taught you it in your history books. A story that I hope ends peacefully and sooner rather than...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Now guys, I want us to continue watching this video whereby the Black American reaction after receiving an unexpected message from the Iran that they are safe from this war, because this shows that really Iran love Black American, all African Americans, and also it's also a reaction about how Iran released the black hostages and leave the white hostages. So let's continue watching this video until the end, then I'll come back with more comment.
What makes you think I don't know about that? I really feel like a lot of y'all don't understand who y'all be coming up against. So I'm going to give you a little perspective. And I'm not trying to be elitist. I'm trying to educate you, but you are not educating me because I already knew about this. I find it interesting that you guys always just refer to American history as if we didn't have a history before we came here. I literally talk about the Middle Easterns and their contribution to enslavement of black bodies in my upcoming book called Thorn to the Eye. You can get a free sample. It's in my link in the bio. But because I know a lot of y'all don't like self-promotion, I will promote one of the books that really set the foundation for me creating the book that I have, which is The Destruction of Black Civilization. It goes all the way back thousands and thousands of years before Christ even existed. Difference between that book and my book is I am giving you more of a fresh perspective of what is going on today. You got sources, all of that in this book, okay? There's source material, reputable sources. I do this for a living. I'm literally a sociologist and psychologist. So you literally did exactly what I said not to do on that post, which is getting excited because, oh, maybe finally in their history of hating black people, they want to atone for it. That might be the only reason why 50 years ago they freed us. Might be. So again, like I said in the original video, I'm not impressed. Moving on. Love everybody. Bye.
This message is for Iran and Iran's allies. Any potential defense mechanisms that happen, I just want to remind you guys that the Native Americans have been fighting against this regime for almost 250 years with this empire. Long before, almost, since late 1400s when they found Columbus lost at sea. So we've been fighting for a long time for our sovereignty, land, language, and our traditional ways of life to be implemented into this European English system created over the sovereign and sacred lands of Native Americans, brown, melanin, black-colored skinned people. Not white. So I just wanted to throw this out there to any of their allies that a lot of us, even up here in Alaska, natives have been attempting to stand up to be equal counterparts of these white people, these elite white people that came and did all this evil stuff to us. So we've been doing that for a long time, trying to fight the very system you guys hate too. Trust me, us natives, we hate it too. We just learned how to accept it and live amongst these evil people, practicing our spirituality the best we can, practicing our hunting, gathering, and fishing the best we can. So just know that we've been an oppressed, enslaved people for centuries. And we, the sovereign, chosen ones, the native ones, the brown-skinned, melanin-colored ones that were here long before they built the system and borders. I'm just throwing it out there. Us brown-skinned, the ones that are awake right now, yeah, we've been trying to come up against them. We've been trying to expose the things that they've been doing to our children. Yeah. It happened. My children were in the Office of Children's Services, and they got more abused there than they did had they been with me. They probably would have been hurt, who knows, because of my addiction and alcoholism. But that was a disease created by the system itself, because alcohol was introduced to our people. And so was drugs. That wasn't our culture. That wasn't our identity. Nope. Remember who you are. And I'm so thankful to know in my heart of hearts and in my soul and my encounter with my creator that I am on the right side of history. Woo woo.
I had came on here with a video not that long ago, and I said there's a attack on black people within the U.S. government, and there was people who were saying, no, I want a destiny swap with the black Americans. I'm hoping for that shit to happen. Why did Iran, the government officials of Iran, come onto a platform and tell the blacks, it is not the blacks that we are attacking. No brown person is on our radar. No black person is on our radar. In fact, we are your ally. We are going to protect you when something breaks out, because something is going to break out, and we want you to know when something breaks out and you guys notice it's in y'all's community and you guys are the ones dying and your people are being affected, y'all's cities, y'all's major banks, y'all's towns, everywhere the black people at, when y'all start to notice that they're pushing this propaganda that Iran just dropped the bomb over here, they said, no, it's not, because we fuck with y'all. It's your government bombing you and pushing you out from within. The government of Iran came out and said that. I want you to know. There's a few black people who have caught on, and there's like a little trend where they dance into a song and they're like, oh, black people of Iran, thank you for covering us. Yeah, because you guys took a little bit of that. You guys took what you guys wanted to hear. Black people, we got your back, but you guys didn't hear what they said. They said, your government is going to try to take you out from within and then try to frame it like it's the war with Iran. But it's not, because we fuck with you and we know the play and we giving y'all the play, so be up on the play. You feel me? So I'm giving y'all the play, because y'all tried to say, when I came on here a few weeks ago and I said it's going to be a crazy purge that's going to happen because the white race is dying down. Y'all keep on thinking this shit is about oil and this. It is. It's a piece. The major part too is the white race is dying down and there's too many black people. It's too many black people. It's too many of us. They don't realize this shit. There's going to be a purge from within, and they're going to frame it like it's a war attack, and people are going to not know who to ally with, because y'all going to think the government really likes us and they will never attack us. Iran is not our enemy. I just want y'all to know. not the black people's enemy. No. They are not our enemy. So when these attacks start to happen, do not get on no platform and say, oh, you're gonna F, da. Do not do that. Because they have already said, their alliance, they have already said that we are not their enemy. They know the play. Remember, I told y'all.
If we go to war with Iran, draft me, bruh. Everybody act like they scared, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready to take my anger out on somebody. Yo, Iran, I wish y'all niggas would come to the U.S. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. I'm waiting on you. Come get up with me. And I'm 4K Trade J. Come get up with me. Y'all know what's up with me.
I petition for everybody that voted for Trump to gather up in one specific state, preferably the state where Trump is living. And then we would direct Iran to that specific state. Because I know when there's war, there's always civilians. They always say that, I forget the wording that they always use. Hey, I don't want to be collateral. I don't want to be collateral of anybody's child that couldn't control their anger. They couldn't reason normally. Considering that you are higher up there, you're supposed to have common sense. But common sense is missing from your brain. So please, I don't want any casualty. I don't want to be part of the casualty. The only casualty that should be part of the war should be the one that voted for this man. I did not vote for him. Matter of fact, I don't even know why he's up there. So please, I don't want. We will pick one state. If anybody wants to volunteer a state, please put it in the comments. We will pick one state where all the followers of Donald Trump will go in that state. And Iran will directly direct their missiles to that state. Because me, I don't want wahala. I don't want. Please, remove me.
This message is for all the Iranians coming from black folks. We didn't vote for this. We didn't vote for this mess in 2016. We didn't vote for this mess in 2020. We sure in the hell didn't vote for it in 2024. Only thing I ask, if you all do anything over here in the States, anything, please give the opportunity of black folks to get out of there before you start doing whatever you want to do. That's all I asked. Oh, and by the way, many Palestinian Americans who could vote over here, they also advise people not to vote for VP Harris. They advise them to vote for that person in the White House. So I'm just throwing that out there. I know we've had our differences in regards to when we come into your store and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we did not vote for this. So just make sure that if you see us, give us the opportunity to clear out. That's all I'm asking.
This message is for Iran. Yeah, so the black community don't got nothing to do with this. We don't have nothing to do with this. Please do not harm us. If y'all could just let us know exactly what y'all going to plan out so we can get our families and go. We do not support anything that is going on in America right now, as well as the country, as well as the fucking universe. Like, we really don't. Like, anything that is causing chaos and innocent lives being taken, we are not a part of that shit, okay? So I need for y'all, I know it's an eye for an eye, but I need y'all to take the eyes that cause this drama and cause this pain and cause all this turmoil and are standing behind whatever the fuck they feel is right when it comes to y'all. Yeah, I need y'all to take those eyes. Don't take these eyes. Get those eyes. Get those, the ones that are causing this. Because we, the black community, ain't got shit to do with this. We over here fighting for our lives, too. We over here fighting for our lives, too. Watch TikTok. Go on TikTok and put black people fighting for their lives in America. Okay? Yeah, all right. Bye-bye.
Now, look, y'all. Don't go shooting the messenger, okay? I'm just reporting to y'all what I seen on these TikTok streets. And what I seen today made my day. Now, I've seen multiple posts where it says the Iranian people, where they captured somebody in 1987 and they released all the black people. And they said the black people have been being oppressed for too long and they have been through too much. So, therefore, us black people don't have nothing to worry about with this war. They saying that everybody that ain't black need to be concerned. And for that, Iran, I just want to say thank you. I love you. Because we share the same sentiments as y'all. We be looking at the news every day, wondering how the fuck we got here. We be seeing the news headlines. I wouldn't say shocked, but we be seeing them. We're not proud to be an American. We are not. We didn't vote for him. We just sitting over here chilling, minding our business. And we just stuck in this situation because we do live in America. But I want to thank y'all for leaving us out of it. I see y'all be paying attention and y'all be watching these TikTok streets just like we do. So y'all can light that White House up over there. Just make sure the innocent are not nowhere around. And the black people that voted for him, y'all just got saved. We didn't forget. And don't come hopping y'all bandwagon asses back over on this side. Because y'all need to be scooped up to fight over there. But Iran, I love y'all.
When that man threatened Iran last week, he said to the protesters, don't worry, help is on the way. And he said to the Iranian leaders, y'all need to back up. And then the Iranian leaders or a spokesperson or someone in government said, we're not going to miss next time. And the U.S. at the White House level sort of quieted down. And you know what? Listen, I just remember, I'm old enough to remember during the Iranian hostage crisis, as we called it here in this country, when the U.S. Embassy fell to the revolution there and American hostages were taken. And what most Americans remember is that the hostages were held for 300-something days, maybe 313 days or something. Americans started having a yellow ribbon to symbolize the hostages and all this kind of stuff. And the hostages were released. First there was an attempt to get them out, and that failed. And eventually they were released, and it was negotiated and worked out under Jimmy Carter. But Reagan had won the election and had worked out to hold those hostages there until he got in. So in pop culture, many people think Reagan got the hostages released, but that's not what this video is about. You know what this video is about? When they had those hostages, the Iranians said, we're going to let the black people go. The Iranians let the black people go because they said, listen, we know y'all working here for this government, but we know you are not in control of that government over there in the United States. Y'all can go. And that's sort of some forgotten history about the what we call the Iranian hostage crisis. And so now that there's another little battle going on between this government and the Iranians and the revolution there and the battles we're having here, all I'm saying is, if y'all decide to do something, just remember, just like y'all let us go last time, leave us out of this mess.
This message is for Iran. We, the people of California, do not identify as Americans. We identify as Californians. Californians do not agree with this war, and please keep that in mind when making decisions moving forward. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Grand Rising, happy Friday, everybody. I have a message this morning for Iran. I have a very important message for you guys. We, the black people, first of all, let me say, mashallah. You know, all praises to Allah, mashallah. Love, peace, and light. We, the black community, we love y'all. You know, we like this for real. We don't want no smoke with y'all, okay? But I do have something for y'all. I have something for y'all because I've seen a list. I don't know how real it is. With all these different states, but I got what you need. I got what you need, okay? So the White House is located in Washington, D.C. The address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20500. That's where Trump is located at. That's who y'all need to get, Trump. We are in all support. We never voted for him. We never wanted him to be our president the first time. And like, honestly, you know, it's a distraction because he's in them files. So he had to, instead of him going to jail like he was supposed to be in, because mind y'all, he's a felon. He was supposed to be in jail. He's dodging his jail time and starting wars. Something that we never agreed on. We never wanted to go to war. Okay? That was all his idea. So I'm going to give y'all his address again. It is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20500. Okay? That's where he's located. But just be careful, because there's a lot of black people in DC, and we really love Iran. Okay, we love y'all. Y'all people, y'all like our distant cousins. We all been through the same type of y'all know what they done to us. Y'all know what they've done to black people, and y'all know what he's doing to y'all. So we really on one page. I just want to send that and let you guys know that it's peace and love. Ain't no smoke over here. We don't want no smoke with y'all. Y'all just gotta make sure I get to Pennsylvania Avenue and get Trump, and then we could be done. Like, it could be over. Like, that's who y'all need to get. Trump. Get him, because we didn't agree. We didn't agree on none of this, and he's just doing whatever he wants. Nobody does anything. Senate doesn't do anything. Congress, like, he don't listen to nobody. Trump do whatever he want to do. Like, I don't know why. We don't like it either. We actually want for y'all to get him. I'm just saying. Thank you, Iran. Bye.
Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you have just watched that full message from the Iran message to the Black American, and also I want to hear your thoughts in comment section about this message from the Iran to the Black community, because, and also you have just seen how these white people, Iran released the white black hostages and live in the white hostages. That is the message from the president of Iran, trying to really to explain how they really released the black hostages back in the year 1970s. So this history of the Black American relationship between the Black American and also the Black American and Iran started years back ago, and that's why you have just seen some of the clips how these Americans, they are really saying that they really not voted for this, and majority of them, they are now living in California, and they are just receiving that message from the whites, from the Iran, the reaction from different people, and also they are, after that hostages being released now, the black community, they really feel that they are really very much safe from the Iran. Iran will not really attack the black people, because Donald Trump just entered a war that is not really meant for the America. This war is not even very close, but he's trying really to entering that war, and that's why majority of the Americans, they don't really like that war, how Donald Trump is really operating in Middle East, and that's why Iran is very, very much furious with Donald Trump. And one thing you must also understand, that we have the Iranian that is really lived in United States, so those are the African Americans, or they have a strong relationship, and that's why majority of the people in such clips, they are really trying really to show us that these people are really located in such kind of area. So don't strike that area. Do away with the Maka people, because this war is not really good for the at this time now, at this moment. This war is not really meant for the America, and America is just trying really to end this war. And we have seen how such threats from the United States, because United States, they gave Iran ultimatum of 48 hours, but after that we saw how also the Iran retaliated by giving the United States 24 hours. So this is the giants, they are really trying really to wear out with other countries, and the United States being that larger, but Iran, they don't care. And one thing also, Donald Trump must now come out and really know that in this world, when such kind of war happen, the world suffers a lot in terms of the economic. Look at now how the United States, how they are really crying out. This Donald Trump, he has really affected America completely, because now Americans, they are really crying out on the high cost of living. We have just seen how the effect of war to the globally, a lot of commodities are really going up. And you have just seen how Donald Trump really tried to negotiate with NATO, but it really declined, because what this man is doing is not really meant for the America. He is doing for his own interest. Now, I wake up just going through online. I got at them. Now the America Treasury has been declared insolvent. This is the results of Donald Trump really fighting for the other nations and leave the priorities. I can just say priorities, because we elected you to the seat, but now you have just turned to be fighting other nations. That is not what these voters elected you. They elected you to work for them, but you have just turned away. You are just working for yourself. This is what I can call it, the selfishness. You are taking the United taxpayers' money, sending to the Israel fighting Iran. That is not the priorities we are talking about. We are talking about come out, solve this high cost of living, solve this healthcare crisis. People are now regretting why they are weighing out the leadership of Obama and now Donald Trump. They are calling out maybe Obama was very much best compared to Donald Trump. Come out, solve this issue. These marker people, they really voted for you. Early in the morning, they really sang a lot of songs praising you. Look at now situation, how they are really suffering, how they are really crying out. The cost of living. Farmers are crying, nobody is turning out. You promised them that you increased tariffs so that you can just come and also having money. Now the treasury is insolvent. That is the consequences of electing a leader who will not really care about you. The leader will never care himself and fighting other nations. That is not the right things. So this is the message that Iran is really protecting Black American, because the Black American, they really did the best. They did not elect this person. They elect their own interest, but they failed. Now this is the consequences of electing. This is the mistake. This is the mess from you guys electing this kind such of the leader. So guys, I want to hear your thoughts in comment section about this video, the reaction of the Black American, and how this war is really affecting the world. And do you really support this message from the Iran to you? Thank you so much for watching me. I'm your host, Team Tese Reaction. And if you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe, like, and also comment. Bye for now. See you in the next one.